Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name's Deanna and today we're going to be coming to you doing a KaiserCraft village scene. This is item number SB2469. Real simple. Comes in a little kit like this and it has 3 trees. And these are like MDF, I think, wood. 3 trees that I've painted white, and then it comes with the 4 houses and the stand. So I've already done the backs of these just to save some time, and I've already pre-cut all my fronts to save time because all that takes a lot of time. So I'm going to glue these on, and while these set up for me to cut out the windows, then we're going to work on something else while that kind of dries. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's get these glued on here. And I just sat these down on the back side of the paper, drew around them with my pencil, and then cut them out just at the line. I took the line when I cut. So kept it nice and simple. So I'm just going to lightly sit those in there. These, and I've cut them out in all different, just kind of, this one's more Christmassy, but I just did just decorative cardstock that I had. No specific kit. I think most of the ones that I picked were Bow Bunny, but doesn't matter. Whatever you have that you like and that you want to incorporate. I kind of wanted to make this more kind of wintry, Christmassy. So stick that one there. This one has got like branches and stuff on it. My daughter was here. I bought one for her, so she was working on hers. And she had to leave for a little bit, but hers is mostly built. She just wants to add her snow to hers yet. So I will show you hers in a second here when we get a few minutes. Okay. And I just want that glue to set up and dry on there before I mess with the windows, because I'm going to cut those out with an X-Acto blade. You can see I already did it on the back sides just to make it a little easier. But these are actually, I mean, it took quite a bit of time to cut everything out, to draw it and hand cut it out. But it's not bad. But for me to sit and do it with you, then I don't think you'd want to sit that long. All right. And just remember, like something like this, it is side specific. Those two words don't want to mix well together. So that when you cut it, you got to make sure you can't just cut it both the same direction for the same one, because it won't fit right. You would think they're exact, but they are not. Okay. All right. So now, if you don't have access to this, I understand not everybody has access to these type of items. So what I suggest you do is get a piece of scrap chipboard, or you can use cereal box for this too. Just cut it in a rectangle. This one's close to the same size. This was just out of my scrap box. And just pick a rectangle. And if you have cereal boxes and you don't have chipboard, cut your cereal boxes. Cut, maybe 4 or 5 of them. And cut them all the same size. Glue them together so you have a good thickness. And then I took just a scrap piece of paper. And I just hand drew the shape of a tree, and if you don't like it, you can always redo it. And I just went in, came down a little wider, came back in, a little wider, came back in, and then brought my trunk down. And then I just came in, and the reason my trunk is so long is because you're going to need some feet. So then I just cut these out. And you do these in a couple different sizes. Well, you can have them all the same size. You can cut as many as you want when you're doing your own. This kit comes with 3, but if you're doing your own, you can do just 1. You can do 5, whatever you want. And then you got your tree. And then what we'll do is, this is just cut out of a Belvita box that I had in my scrap. I don't usually throw the boxes away. So I'm going to cut this out. And then what you would do is just do the same thing. Cut 3 or 4 of these, or I would probably do at least 4. Because these are easy to cut out with your scissors compared to chipboard. If you got chipboard and you want to sit and cut them out of chipboard, then you would only need to cut 1. But I find chipboard really hard to cut. I find cereal boxes and other little boxes you get from the store easy access for everybody, because it could be a macaroni and cheese box. It could be anything. It doesn't matter. Those boxes are all about the same weight. So I would cut at least 4 of these out, glue them together, and before you cut out your last one, attach your decorative cardstock to that. And then you're cutting it out just that one time. So like before I cut my next one out, I would take my decorative cardstock. Let's just say this is my decorative cardstock. I would put that on my Belvita box, glue it down, and then I would cut out my whole tree all at once with the last piece of cereal box or whatever you're using. So glue about 4 of those together, or more if you want it thicker. And then, as you can see, I've got a little bend here. So that will make a foot. So you'd have one facing this way. And let me give this one a little bend. And your other, this is a different tree, so it's a different size, but just to use it as an example, my other foot would go this way. So I would have like a T. And then I can glue that T down onto my mat there, and it will stand up on its own. So let me show you here. I'll just draw another tree. There we go. Let me just set my tree down here. I'll draw around it. These are just, I mean, you can do just about anything with these. Just as long as you can draw it and cut it, you can make a pattern. Oops. And that doesn't matter that my thing moved. I'll get it lined back up there. No one's going to see that. So I cut this one out. Do the same thing. And this would be two of my 4, right? So say I had, and if you want to just extend your foot to just the last 2 you're putting on, so you don't have all that bulk to try to bend, because one's got to face one way and one's got to face the other way. So you can cut 2 with a shorter stem, and then 2 with a longer stem. And paste your last 2 apart. One going one way, one going the other way. See, like a T. You glue those together. And then when you attach them down to your cardboard, it would stand up. See? Just put some glue on there and I'll show you. So attach those. I got a foot facing one way and a foot facing the other way. All right. Make sure they're the same length. Got a little glue, Put it down on your chipboard. See? And that's only 2 pieces of cereal box. So you can imagine if you had another couple pieces together, plus your cardstock, how nice that would be. So you're going to do the same thing with your house. So you would take your paper. I gotta find my. I lose my, there it is. I lose my little pin all the time. So you would just draw out a house. That out of the way. So just figure, I don't know how big you want it, but just, this is just freehand. If you use a ruler, you get nice straight lines. And then create a little chimney. Come down, a little bit more roof. And down. And then you can just add some windows on the sides there. And like, this is not fancy at all. This is, if I was doing it, that would take a little bit more time. And if you wanted a door, you can put a door in. So, or a rectangle door, you know, whatever you want. And then just cut those out. Do, you know, 4 or 5 of them. Glue them together. And then just make sure your outer two have the little extra down at the bottom to bend, so that you have a way to glue them to stand them up. So you'd have a line here. You would bend this one way and bend the other one the other way and glue them all together. So that is your possibility if you don't have access to like a Cricut machine where you can do a house, or access to this actual item. So just don't want you to feel that you're being left out. But there always is a little way to figure out a way to do something without that extra added expense. I just come across these as a really good deal. I paid $1 for each kit. So for that price, I can't not use it, you know. So, and I pre-cut all of my trees here. So we'll go ahead and glue those on. And again, I did these the same way. They were just laid out on the, I laid the wood out on the paper upside down. Whoops. There we go. These are going to get a little bit of snow text on them too, so we will get that too. And I might not cut out all the windows with you guys just because that is going to be time consuming, but I will cut out a couple. And then this is just a nice cute little craft to do, and especially if you do it with like the cereal boxes and stuff. Then at the end of the season, if you don't want to store it or mess with it, you can just, you know, file 13 it if you don't want to keep it, you know, but you have that new decoration that you spent very little on. You know, you have a little bit of decorative cardstock in it, but it would also, you know, still probably save nicely too if you wanted to do that. So sometimes I like little projects that I can use for that season and then either donate them or give them to somebody else for the next year. Or now I have set aside here some ink. This one is Cracked Pistachio. It's a Ranger Tim Holtz ink. And I'm just going to kind of do my edges just to bring in a little bit of different color there. Just adds another dimension, I think. Just another dimension. As you can see, let me close that shade. I got quite a bit of light coming in here today. That shade, maybe we'll get more of a true color there. It won't be so bright. There we go, if you can see that better. This is actually more of a mint green. So we'll get that in there. There, we got that effect. Let's go ahead and get the other ones here. These inking just makes it so easy. And the last one. There we go. It was kind of just a nice little mother-daughter thing that we did today. We've been wanting to do it, but it's just like every time, it's like we run out of time, you know. It's like Oh, well, we don't have time today. And we've been actually working at this for quite a while. And on these ones, I have picked Worn Lipstick, which is kind of bright, so I'm going to be gentle. And just kind of bring that in there. But the other color I looked at wasn't quite the right shade. So, yeah, I think that looks good. There we go. We're going to do that to these ones too. We're just going to just kiss it with it on the edges there. I had the grandkids here last night. We had a sleepover because Papa's gone. So we took our last of the nice fall evenings, and well, we hope it's not the last of them, but we took one. And we had roasted hot dogs on the campfire, and we had some marshmallows and s'mores, so that was fun. Everybody got, even the little one, she roasted her own hot dogs, so that was kind of nice. She's going to be 4 here pretty soon. All right, let me get this side here. Sorry about that noise there. And I just did both sides just to finish it off. You could just paint both sides if you wanted and leave one painted. Okay, so trees. The big tree there. Put a big tree there. Nope, put the 2 big trees here, I think. There we go. All right. So what I did was I took my blade and just kind of pushed it in just a little bit. Got my fingers way off the side because it hurts when you poke your finger with a blade. And then I brought it in and went all around there. And what I can do also is go ahead and take my ink pad and ink that too. But this makes it so much easier than trying to cut them out when they're not, attached. We just want to make sure your glue is good and dry. Want to make sure your glue is good and dry. It can be kind of rough, but I can also go in there, I think, and take a emery board and kind of sand that down, maybe, I'm hoping. Take some of that roughness away. All right, here we go. Let me see. That might make it more rough. That might make it more rough. There we go. Okay. Use the back edge there, like that. All right. Okay. Now if I come in here, I can just gently kind of dab around those windows to give them a little color, a little depth there. All right. So I'm going to wait on the other windows to save some time. Now, I have Snow Tex here, and this is a Snow Writer. Let's see if sometimes well, this one's closed, so this one probably should work okay. Sometimes if it's already been used, it dries out in there, and then it doesn't want to work properly. So let me get this opened here. There we go. And this is a Doris product, and they also have it in these tubs. It's a deco art. So I know Hobby Lobby sells this, and this was $3.77. It's probably a little bit more, just because this was from 2008. But and this jar is almost gone, so we're not gonna mess with that. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can get this started. Oh, yep, there it comes. So with this, I'm just gonna kind of get it going on my trees, and it's kind of in a wobbly type of fashion because snow doesn't fall all even, you know, like that. You could do just the tops if you wanted, kind of like that. I can add a little here and there, like there's boughs on the trees, got some snow on them. You could use stickles, so you could do that. I'm not liking that so much. I might just remove those a little bit, make it look like snow drip down on it. There we go. There we go. All right. So then you just set that aside and let it dry. And then once I get all my houses done, then you can go in and also add some snow right around the items once they're in. So I don't want to go around all of them because I got to get my windows out yet, but I can come in here with my snow text and do it right around the tree there, and then bring some out and just make it little drifts. And because it's painted white, it just looks like you put, you know, like you've got some dimension there. Okay, so that's what I'll do around all these other elements here, is I'll put the snow text on the trees like that. I think on the houses, I think I'm just going to do like the roof line and maybe drip it down like snow is falling down, like different levels there, kind of like that, you know, almost more like an icicle type thing. I think that will look cute that way. So we'll do that. Like some got further than others. And we'll do the same thing for the chimney here. And then on this here, because this is another slant. It wouldn't lay so much on the flat things. And then we can also put a little bit in our windowsill here. In each of the windowsills, because they would gather some snow, right? Just like that. You can see what I'm doing here. Oops. Yeah. So then I would sit this down, let it dry, and then that would be your snow. And I can also actually put it on the tops here. And on the ledge there like that. Just so it looks like it's more finished. And right there where it would catch there. Isn't that cute? So you could do the houses like that. You could even do the trees like that with it dripping down a little bit. So let me set that down. Let me see here. So you could do the trees kind of the same way. You could just get it kind of dripping down a little bit like it's hanging on the branches. Yep, like that. So this is a fun little project, and I can put this away till winter. It's a little early. It's not Halloween or anything yet, but we want to get some of these things done, because otherwise, I've had these for, I'm going to say probably a month or so already, maybe longer, and we just got to them today. So So if we don't sometimes take advantage of the little bit of time we have to get things done, then we run out of time to do it all. So let me grab hers a second, and I'll show you how far she is. She's doing kind of a purpley grays this winter, so she had the darker trees. And then this house back here is wood grain, but it's got like burgundy and white snowflakes on the wood too. And then the purple house back there, she's got to do her snow and stuff. So that was Jamie's. So I hope that gives you an idea of maybe something you can try or do. And like I said, if you can't find that kit, SB2469, and it is a KaiserCraft DIY little kit. Then go ahead and try with your cereal boxes or whatever little boxes you have, your macaroni and cheese boxes. Go ahead and create your own trees and your own little houses, and you can make them whatever size and whatever you want. So as always, I hope you have a great day. And if you haven't subscribed to me yet, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down in the right hand corner. When the bell pops up, you hit that bell and you can be notified each time I put up a new video. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.